To start programming in ProControl, you'll need to go over to the ProControl icon and double-click. Once doing that, ProControl Studio will launch. To begin programming in ProControl Studio, first you'll have to add a ProControl device. In this example, we'll go to Add, and we're going to add in a ProLink R processor. Once we click on Add, the ProLink R processor, we'll have to give our name a device. For this example, let's name the ProLink R Living Room. Once named, just simply click OK, and you'll see the device has now appeared in the device workspace. Next, we'll have to add which device we want to program on. For this example, we're going to program an iPad. When you're adding in your iPad, you'll be able to select the theme. Right now, you'll see there's two themes, which is Shelby and Deanna. For this example, we're going to choose Shelby and click OK. Once again, you'll see the iPad has been added into our workspace. Very simple. The next thing we'll want to do is we're going to want to start programming our iPad, and this is very simple to do in ProControl Studio. It does most of the programming for you. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go Add. We're going to select infrared devices because of the ProLink R. It's all just infrared one-way devices that we'll be programming today. The first device we're going to add in is a DirecTV cable box. So we type in DirecTV, we find our boxes. I'm going to add in one of these Genie satellite boxes. We'll click that, and then it's going to ask us which page it wants to automatically program for us. For this one, I'm going to have it program a DirecTV page for me, and I'll click OK. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in another infrared device. We're going to create like a little living room system here. So the second device we're going to add in is a Sony Blu-ray. You'll see as we begin to type, everything begins to populate. Right here I'm going to go with Sony Blu-ray, most models. I click on that. It's going to ask me if I want to click a Blu-ray page or create a Blu-ray page. I do want to do that. We click OK. And then for my next device, we're going to add in an Apple TV. And you'll see Apple TV Gen 4. We click on that. Once again, it's going to ask us which media player page we want to create. It gives us a choice between Apple TV and Roku. Since we're doing an Apple TV, we'll click on that and we'll click OK. And that page has now been created. Next, we'll add in our television. And for this, we're going to have a Samsung television. And let's type in Samsung TV. We'll see there's Samsung TV most models. That's the one we want. We click on that. We add a new page for it. And there we go. And finally, we want to add in a Yamaha for our sound in this room. And so let's do the Yamaha, and let's do an RXA, just a main zone. You'll see right here, there's the main zone, 2011 to present. That's the one we're going to want to use. And once again, it creates us a new page, and we click OK. And now you'll see we added our ProLink R, which is the control processor, an iPad, which we'll be using to control our system. And we've added in our devices that we'll want to control for our system file here. So we have a DirecTV box, a Sony Blu-ray player, an Apple IV, a Samsung TV, and a Yamaha receiver there that will be controlling our audio. So if we want to look at the programming that's been done, we just click on our iPad, and you'll see the Apple TV, Blu-ray, DirecTV. There's your television page and your AVR. It's already been added in there for you. If we want to take a look at the buttons that have been programmed for us, all we need to do is right-click and go to Edit Viewport. And then what we're going to do is click on Macro, and we'll see that for the Apple TV, it has a change page to the Apple TV page. It tells the TV to turn on. It tells the receiver to turn on. We look at the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray page has already been programmed. It's all the proper information that you need. The same thing with the DirecTV box, the television, and we go down here to the AVR. Now, we haven't decided what we want to use for the AVR yet because we don't know what devices we've plugged in, because the AVRs, they have the multiple HDMIs. Sometimes you're using some composite if you're using like some older generation stuff, or maybe you have like a laptop that's going to use a DV input. So for this example, let's just say we wanted to change to HDMI 1. I'm going to show you how easy it is to change something with the macro here. All we have to do is just click Add. And we're going to go to our devices. We're going to go to our AVR. And then we're going to scroll down. And we're going to look for, where's the HDMI? Oh, I just passed it there. Input HDMI, right there. HDMI 1. Add selected item. You'll see, boom, it's popped up. And now when we select that page, every time it's going to go right to the HDMI 1 if that's the source we want to use. Now, let's check out some of the pages that it's already created for us. Now, just as example, if we start adding in more sources, it will start automatically pre-programming those for us. So it would just keep boom, boom, adding them in. Very nice and easy, doing all this hard work and heavy lifting for you. One thing I will note too is that with the sources we've added in here, there's a home page that will automatically be programmed for a toolbar. So you always take you back to home so you can see this page. You'll always be able to control your volume and power the system on or off if you need to do that. Right now, let's look at the DirecTV page. You'll see right here with the DirecTV page, if we click in and we go to edit this viewport and we look at this macro, you'll see all these buttons. Everything's already been populated for you over here in the macro area. Channel up, channel down, exit, everything's already done. I mean, if you sent this right now, you'd have a working system. That's what's so cool about Pro Control Studio, how easy it is to program a system. The only thing you'd have to change here would be, if we edit this viewport, would be favorites. For favorites, we would just need to create a macro to just punch in the TV number, and that'd be very, very simple. It'd be just using the same numbers right here. See, set top digit 5 for the macro. So let's say that the ABC channel was 255. We would just put in 255 in our macro, and then we just program the numbers for each one of those television stations that's important for the favorites to our customer. Very, very simple. Next, we'll go over to Blu-ray. And you'll see in Blu-ray that it fills in everything it has for that Blu-ray player. Now, there's going to be a couple things missing. Don't worry. When you go and you send the file, if there's not something there, it's not going to show up and say placeholder. It'll just be clear. I'll show you how easy it is to add something, though. This is really, really cool. So if you just right-click on the placeholder and click Disable Auto Programming, you'll see originally it was looking for an exit button. We don't have that in our Blu-ray command. But let's just go in and add a new command. Let's see what we do have. So we go to Devices, we go to Blu-ray. And what would be something that'd be like a return, maybe something we're missing. So previous would be something that's probably missing there. So we click on previous, we add that selected item, we hit close, we go back, we click on exit, we go to our properties, you'll see where the text is right here. And all we have to do is type in previous. There we go. And boom, it's changed, it's ready to go, it's programmed. Not a big deal. You'll see down here, since it is a Blu-ray player, in the transport buttons, there is no record function. What do we do here? Simple. We just click on placeholder. We hit the delete button. It's gone. We're going to click on the first icon here and then hold the shift button and click on the subsequent icons. And then we're going to go right down to this guy which says equalize spacing across, and boom, it's done. It's beautiful. It's ready to go. It's that easy to update everything in Pro Control Studio. It's just going to save you so much time when you're going out there on the customer site. Finally, we'll show you like Apple TV. Once again, we look at the macro, everything's programmed, everything's ready to go. And that's the beauty of Pro Control Studio. I mean, we just configured 5 devices in under 5 minutes. I mean, you can get in the door, out the door, and that's the beauty of Pro Control Studio. Finally, let me show you how easy it is to download. When you're ready to send it to the iPad, we just click the download button. And in this case, I'm not hooked up to the internet right now. You'll see how much memory you're using on your ProLink R, but when you're ready, you can either do it by USB or use a specific IP address. It will show up by the IP address right here with the devices that are ready to download. You would just select and click download to select the device, and boom, it's done. You're ready to use it. It automatically sends the programming to the iPad, just as long as they're on the same network. And so your iPad would pop up. It would have all those pages pre-programmed, ready to go, ready to send commands. All you need to do is take your ProLink R, place it in your customer's home, and just hook up those IR emitters, and you're all ready to go. Program's already done. That easy and simple. That's the power of Pro Control Studio. Thanks for watching today, guys. Bye-bye.